This is the second series of my previous video with title Flat Earth New Things Will Blow Your Mind. Thank you for your consideration, and please subscribe my channel for upcoming videos. The third argument of the globe Earth, GPS and Google Map. GPS is global positioning system to find out the position of a particular person or place anywhere in the world. It is said that people who are in the West and cannot send a wireless signal to the people who are in the East because of the curvature of Earth exposed. GPS is present on our mobile phone and also on the application of the most common Google Map. If there are people who say that GPS is actually not using satellite, do you believe it? We don't need to trump up or argue. Let's listen to what was said by Google about Google Map.
Google Maps for mobile has solved this problem with a new beta feature called My Location. Instead of you telling Google your location, Google displays your location on the map with a click of a button, and it doesn't require GPS.
You hear it, right? Actually, My Location on Google do not use GPS. Do not use the satellite. This is the official explanation from Google. You can search on YouTube, just type in Google Maps for mobile with My Location. Thus, how Google Map and applications that use GPS can work on our mobile phone with so powerful. Let's listen to the advanced Google explanation how they do it.
So, how does it work? Each time you use your phone to make a call, send a text message, or view a website, the information goes through towers, which provide your phone with reception. A tower picks up your call and connects you to your Aunt Molly. The same thing happens when you fire up Google Maps for mobile. The tower gives you the reception you need to access map information. These towers also help Google display your location. Each tower has a unique footprint. When you access My Location, Google calculates an estimated location of your handset based on the unique footprint of nearby towers. It's not GPS, it's not GPS, it's not GPS, it's not GPS.
Very clear, isn't it? It turns out that Google does not use GPS. Advanced signals were obtained from a telecommunications tower. Your perception that says your mobile phone using GPS and satellite via Google Map. Google itself who say no. What about Google Map perfectly to make a map of the air including the roof we could look? Isn't that use satellite? In fact, a Google Map created by using drones instead of satellites. Please research and discover yourself. All the evidence is there in front of our eyes. You're just not noticed it. On a flat Earth, satellite is indeed not needed. We only require a telecommunications tower. This will be discussed in the following chapter. How USGS set a distance flight aircraft. The question that mind-provocating is if you can be able to monetize the $50 million to make satellites, when in fact you are just out to make a tower costs $50,000 profit 10,000-fold and nobody knows, do you want to or not? The advantage of 10,000-fold, you are trading with a capital of 1 million can yield 10 billion, want it or not? I'm not saying the cellular provider to cheat with the satellite, because they could not create the satellite. People who can make satellite, namely Hughes, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Ball, etc. have searched for aerospace companies. The maker of the satellite owners are a group of 1% of the population who are richer than the other 99% of the world population. This 1% group, already more than 100 years monopolized the business through the cartel to control prices in order to become expensive. For example, the price of diamonds to be expensive due to the monopolized by the cartels. They create the illusion of supply and demand so that the price is high. In the supply sector, the actual resources that diamonds are not as rare. Please check how the cartel De Beers controlled diamond mining can and make it as if it were scarce. In sector demand, the cartel make an illusion as though diamond is a human need, It is as though your marriage is not valid if your wedding ring no diamonds. It is actually a marketing propaganda began in the 1940s. Similarly, with the illusion of fuel that is fossil resources. Fuel is hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon is called hydrocarbon that comes from the earth bottom. There is no evidence that the oil comes from the fossil plants or dinosaurs. It is an illusion created by the Rockefellers in order that fuel prices be high. Rockefeller invited scientists to the Geneva Conference in 1892 to launch propaganda that fuels derived from fossil dinosaurs and plants. Whereas fossil is solid and the hydrocarbon fuel is liquid. Fossils derived from living organisms are never far from the surface. While human fuel drilled to a depth of 10 kilometers and there was never any evidence that the fossil was found at that depth. Not everyone is aware that the largest mass media in the world is owned by 6 companies only. The group of 1% was able to monopolize the information received by the other 99% of the world population. This is referred as propaganda, mind control. If a group of super-rich that 1% or so-called global elite able to brainwash you through education, mass media and movies. The illusion of marketing that make diamonds and fuel prices become high, can they not able to create the illusion of a satellite? Back in the GPS problem, not everyone realized that GPS used since 1973 was part of military technology. GPS derived from old technology that is LORAN, long-range navigation, and deconavigation used since the Second World War. What makes you think that the world of the military designed make war to defend the country has suddenly become the angel who helps humanity in other countries by giving free technology? This is an elite global sensitivity that is already more than 100 years of gaining profit by tricking people. Scam, money laundering, fictitious transactions, you name it. As well as NASA. What makes you think that NASA is an agency that works for the benefit of the exploration of the world? Who is NASA? Let's look at the description of the web itself. Clearly written there that the purpose of the formation of NASA 1957 was related to the Cold War, which Russia successfully launched Sputnik in 1957. The Times magazine to explain it more clearly. The title "The Sadly Familiar Reason NASA Was Created" mentioned the goal very grounded that is office politics is not for the benefit of mankind and the world. Budget NASA in 2010 is $19.3 billion per year. The result is mostly propaganda CGI. There are 19.3 billion motivation there. Business is a business where there is a chance for sure there is a lot of interest, not only his servants but also contractors. The rocket is launched, but if we look towards the rocket was never straight up, always curved and finally horizontal, because it never passed from low Earth orbit about 500 kilometers from the Earth's surface. As said by the Times magazine, the purpose of the establishment of NASA is very grounded, that is office politics. The question, to politics and to whose interests? As has been mentioned earlier, the flat Earth issue is not a matter of debate, no nonsense, not an ego, not clever kicks, but there are other things that are very related to the fundamentals of our lives. In the discussion that followed, in the next videos we'll discuss this. Earth globe-shaped illusion was deliberately created by the globalist, or commonly called the global elite. Those who make a variety of crises, war, including distance man with divinity through dogma of modern science and the illusions of the Earth globe. We actually do not have to pay expensive electricity, no need to pay expensive gasoline. The technology is already there from the year 1898, created by most human genius ever born on this earth, that is Nikola Tesla. As has been expressed above, we actually do not have to pay expensive electricity. No need to pay expensive telecommunications costs. No need to pay expensive gasoline. The technology has been around since 1898, created by Nikola Tesla. That's why he was excommunicated by J.P. Morgan, one of the global elite front man. Things like that is what was done in order to group 1% that could control the other 99% of the world population. A variety of manipulation, propaganda, mind control is performed, such as creating the illusion of supply and demand, illusions of satellite, illusions of GPS, illusions of the Earth a globe-shaped, the illusion that they are the superpowers who are already able to do space exploration. The rise of consciousness of flat Earth is a threat to them. Therefore, this exposure is given the title of Flat Earth Conspiracy. Reserved CGI satellite photos and GPS we've discussed is all about technology. We have not entered on the actual science yet. We'll discuss on the next episode. Meanwhile, we close the argument GPS and Google Map with the fact that the GPS and Google Map does not use satellites, but uses telecom towers.